It was move-in ready. I didn't have to do any repairs or anything. So when she came down to 15, my eyes lit up. I was like, wow. Okay. But at the same time, I expressed that, listen, I don't have that up front. So if we could work out a payment plan, I can definitely make this work. And I
Thank you so
knew,
much, everyone, for tuning in. And I'm joined today by active mobile home investors, David and Toy. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
This is awesome. This is cool. So I have a number of questions for you. I want to talk about some of your deals. I'm curious, though, you've been investing now for, I believe, only a couple months, correct?
Well, it's been since August.
Has it been?
Well, it's since I've started taking your course in August of
Okay.
this year. But
Time
I mean, time is
flies.
flying. It does feel like a couple of months ago.
It does. Did,
Uh,
did you think of mobile homes when you first got involved? Um, did you think of it as a stepping stone to get to somewhere else in real estate, or was mobile homes just, you were attracted to it like a magnet, or how did you see it, and how do you still see it now after a couple deals? Has it changed at all?
I looked at when I first started into looking into real estate. Mobile home investing was like probably like the third or fourth thing that I actually studied into, try to get serious about. And before then, it was tax sales and Airbnbs, stuff like that. But when I started learning about mobile home investing, it just clicked. It was like it was more feasible. Uh, the As far as the getting into it, it didn't cost. It was very cost efficient. It was like a no brainer to Toy and I. So when I laid down the print for her, and as long as she agreed to go with it, I was like, okay, let's do it. This made sense.
What are some traits that somebody should really, really have or develop quick in themselves if they plan on being a mobile home investor that closes deal after deal?
Hmm. Traits.
Definitely patience.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to have the desire.
Mhm.
Definitely desire to do it. What are my 4 Ds? Desire, dedication, determination, and wow, what's the third one? What's the fourth one? Desire, dedication, determination, and a drive.
There you go.
You got to have the drive, and those are the things that make anything work. Uh, Anything that you're really, that you're really into. Those are the 4 things that really makes it go. Of course not. It didn't go as planned. It was our first deal. At the same time, it was the beginning. We're out marketing ourselves, trying to get known with through park managers, buyers, and sellers, and just letting people know that this is what we do and this is what we're serious about, doing. But the first deal, definitely, it came from during the marketing. We put out a bunch of bandit signs, and that's actually where that generated our first deal. There was a lady who saw my bandit sign right before she was going into the park, and she took down the number, and she called me, and we discussed, uh, what she wanted and how much she wanted to sell a home for. And at that time, she was really asking for top dollar because she didn't. I don't think she was really educated on the demands or how how it really works in a mobile home community. So that just kind of like opened the door for me to like educate her more of, you know, okay, so this is what you're asking, but in reality, it's really, for a mobile home of this age in a park, you probably won't get the amount that you're asking for. And she kind of appreciated the information that I was giving her, and at the same time I was building some rapport with her, and we just continued to communicate it one on one. She never talked to any other investors or anyone. She just spoke with me because she felt comfortable, with me, and felt like I was genuine and honest with her with everything. So kept negotiating back and forth, and a couple weeks later, I can give you the number that she asked for at first. It was a double wide. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and nothing really needed to be. It was move-in ready. It was ready to be moved in, and she was asking for $30,000 cash. So obviously, I didn't have $30,000 sitting around to give her to pay. So that's why I was, just trying to talk to an educator. And I told her, at best I could do on payments at the time was, I believe, 13,000. If she can accept that on payments, that's fine. But at that present time, she was like, no, I feel like it's worth a little bit more than that. So as the weeks goes by, we communicated more, and then next thing you know, she brought her prices down. Um, she offered it to me for, oh man, it was second offer before the final offer, and I believe the second one was for, I want to say 20 or 18, something like that. And I said, ma'am, I can do that, but I would still have to. I can't give you that up front. I would have to, make payments, give you a down payment, and make monthly payments. So she wanted cash up front, so we just continue to stay in contact with each other. And then she called me about a week later, and then she finally came to. She wanted to sell it for 15,000. I said, okay, that's something I think I could do, but I don't have 15,000 cash. I can definitely make a down payment for you, and we'll continue to make monthly payments until the equity is finalized. And she was like, okay. So she asked me how much of a down payment can I come up with, and I told her 6,000. I can come up with 6,000, and we can make monthly payments of $200 per month until it's paid off in full. And she agreed. So it was just rapport building that got us to that point for her to basically cut her original price in half. That was quite an accomplishment for Toy and I, because it was like, okay, let's just go ahead and let's do this. Because at that time, it was our first deal, and we just wanted. We didn't matter how it came. At that time, we just wanted a deal. We wanted to see it works. That this system that you put in place for us, that it worked. And we knew it did, but we, until it happens, you're just kind of like, okay, what's happening here? So we came to an agreement, and at $15,000 with monthly $6,000 down, monthly payments of $200 a month. And before we even gave her the down payment, John, we had already pretty much had the home sold. She gave us the keys to market the home before we even gave her the down payment. So basically, it was sold before we purchased it, and we received a $7,000 down payment from the buyer. And right now, the monthly cash flow is 300, because we're accepting $500 monthly payments from the buyer, and we're paying the previous owner $200 a month, and we're keeping 300. So our monthly cash flow for the first deal is $300.
That's incredible. That really is, to going from, I mean, you had to make, for you to get into the deal and not just wholesale it or not quickly just flip it, you were able to put something together with a seller that wanted to work with you. And while you were negotiating, those weeks that were going by, it's not like you were just sitting on your hands. You were out talking to other sellers and out looking at other homes and making more relationships. Um, talk about
Yeah.
being flexible. I mean, flexible, just, continuing to follow up with that seller. What were the ways that you followed up with that seller? Was it mostly phone calls or text messages, or did you send any letters or?
Yeah, phone calls and text messages.
Okay.
And for the most part, she reached out to me. For the most part, because I was, like you say, I was so busy doing other things, like trying to develop relationships with other part managers and such. So, my hands was kind of full, and I really did not think that she was going to really come down to where I was.
Right.
So it was kind of like, on the back of my mind, like, this deal is not going to happen. I really didn't think it was going to happen. But like, she just kept calling me and coming down on her price, and I just remained patient and at the same time diligent by following up with her whenever she came, with a certain price. But yeah, telephone and phone calls and texts, that was the only communication that we had.
When she went down to the 15, I think it was
Mhm.
15,000. When she went down to the 15,000, what was it in your mind that made you say, okay, that's a good enough of a deal? It's 6,000 down. I can afford that. Did you already have it sold at that point, or you didn't even have it sold then? You got it sold a few days later,
Mhm.
correct? So
Correct.
what was it in your mind that made you say, okay, that's a good enough of a deal? Like, I don't need to be any more greedy or, firm. This is good.
Uh, I I didn't want to go back to my first offer, which was 13,000, because, like, I'm new and I didn't want to feel like I was insulting her by saying
Hmm.
no. I'd rather do 13, because at the end of the day, it was a beautiful home and it was move-in ready. I didn't have to do any repairs or anything. So when she came down to 15, my eyes lit up. I was like, wow, okay. But at the same time, I expressed that, listen, I don't have that up front. So if we could work out a payment plan, I could definitely make this work. And I knew that park, for that house in that park, it wouldn't be hard for me to sell it. And we ended up selling it for 25,000.
How long before? Oh, well, you broke even right away. You broke even with the move-in fee from your buyer, and you're making monthly payments every month.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
That's excellent. Now, not everyone can take payments. Did she admit from the very beginning that she could take payments, or was this something that evolved over time of, you know, why she
That, that
didn't? Yeah.
yeah, that definitely evolved over time. At first, she was just 30 cash, 30 cash. And when she came to me with the second offer for the, I believe it's 18 or 20, I'm not sure what those numbers, that was also a cash offer. And actually, the 15, I believe she was thinking cash too as well. But every time we spoke, I was honest with her. I was like, listen, I don't have that type of money up front. So the, the only way that I will be able to do this deal with you is if it has to be on payments. So
You
by her calling me, I think, she kind of figured that that was gonna be my approach
right.
to her offer. So she probably did figure that it probably was in her mind that she would sell it on payments with me.
You said this a couple minutes ago, but objectively now after the deal is done, do you think that she just there are certain personalities or certain sellers that they don't want to, I don't know, they don't like to advertise, or they don't want to negotiate with a bunch of people. They don't want a bunch of strangers coming through their homes. Do you think was she doing any advertising, or did she seek out anyone else? Do you know, or any?
No, sir. She just seeked me.
Oh,
She never had a for sale sign in her window when I went to go see the home. Actually, the first time I went to go see the home, she took the deal after we discussed you know, that she offered a 30 cash. A week later, she took the whole thing off the table because I think a few of her relatives were supposed to come and stay in the home and cover the lot rent. And that was her whole thing. She wanted the home was vacant. She just didn't want to keep paying lot rent
Oh.
because she's living somewhere else. So that was the whole thing. That was the whole reasoning behind her selling this home. And I think once that fell through with her relative, that didn't work. Then she really pursued trying to, get me to make a deal with her. But she at least that's what she told. She never reached out to any other investor, never had it on the market, uh, or, anything of that nature.
Th- That has I on in the Facebook group. I remember asking folks, and I didn't need to do it again because it's been about a year since I asked. But it seems like every year, all of us get at least one or a percentage of deals from people that they're not advertising well. Either they consciously know that and they just have a little sign in their window and that's all they want, or they're just not advertising well. If this lady did advertise, she might have gotten she might have sold it for 20 or 30 cash.
She probably could have.
Maybe.
Yeah, definitely in that part, she could have.
I asked that question before about your first deal not going to plan. It probably went better than planned, right?
Yeah,
Kind of.
it really did. It really did.
I hope that video was helpful. The investors that I interview on this channel are people that I work with, and the credit goes to them. We spend a good deal of time together over the phone, working on deals, looking at pictures, making offers together. But the folks that I work with, the folks that I interview, including a lot of folks that have their own YouTube channels now. I've been helping folks for the past 10 years invest in mobile homes, and I really help to keep people out of trouble, save people money, and make people a lot of money as well. Now, the people I interview on this channel, again, the credit goes to them. Yes, there's a lot of time that we spend together, but ultimately it's that investor, just like it might be you in the future, putting in the time and the effort and the energy and having 1,000 opportunities to just give up along the way. If you think that this is something for you, if you'd like to learn more about mobile home investing, you can check out a free website, mobilehomeinvesting.net. Should be right up here somewhere. And then if you want to get started working one-on-one potentially or learn more about what that takes, you can always go ahead and go to the website below that you see right there, and you can learn more about moving forward with a training program called the Mobile Home Formula, and us working together one-on-one with daily phone calls, daily help as needed. This business is real time. You're going to have questions. Things change day to day. If you can believe it, in real estate, it just changes day to day like that. You're seeing new things, you're talking to new people, and you should have somebody on your side. Somebody that has over 18 years of experience and has helped a number of people with some crazy situations and stories. And I don't say that to brag or anything. I just say that because there's a lot of weird situations out there that I might not have believed him if I didn't go through them, firsthand or secondhand, helping so many people from the East Coast to the West Coast, or the West Coast to the East Coast, depending on which way this video is turned. Okay, so thanks so much for watching this video. Again, I really hope that it was helpful. If we never work together, you can always email me. My email's always on for you again, support@mobilehomeinvesting.net. If you ever need me, support@mobilehomeinvesting.net regardless. And then anything else, have a great rest of the day. I hope that you learned so much. Take massive action. You can do this. If you have any questions, reach out. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.